for the ride home in ENC.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is your 5 o'clock drive with Patrick Johnson.
Holy mackerel!
More news, more interviews, more ECU stories than you can shake a stick at. Hey, stop shaking that stick. This is the Patrick Johnson Show.
Pirates win! Pirates win!
On 94.3 The Game.
We got a locked and loaded edition for you today. The Harrell Huddle is homecoming week in Greenville, and it'll be Blake Harrell with Philip and myself in just a few minutes. Also later on, we're going to have Clay Medlin, Rose athletic director, also the coach this year of Rose volleyball. And he was kind of pressed into duty. Now, Clay would be the first to tell you that he was more of kind of an organizational guy and got the team to and fro and handled the parents and all of that good stuff. And, you know, obviously had some duties, but it was his assistants who kind of carried the volleyball end of that. But doesn't take away from the fact that Rose had a remarkable turnaround in a match for the championship over the weekend, and we're going to talk with Clay Medlin about that. Looking forward to having him on. Philip Pilkington is here. I've gotten a lot of questions today. My thoughts, and I'm happy to share some of them. Pilkington, you were there. I saw you hobnobbing in the high-dollar seats. The ultimate hobnobber. Philip the Ref Pilkington.
Well, I learned from the Ultimate Hobnobber. The Ultimate Hobnobber, his office is around the corner from me right now, and I learned from the
David
best.
Horn? David
Oh,
Horn.
is he big into that?
No, David Horn is just saving the day.
Yeah, he did do that.
Horn does.
He did do that. But no, I'm in around the corner in the same building as me. That guy,
Dr. No?
The man who signs our paychecks, Mr. Hinton. He knows how to hobnob with the big time.
The big hen.
A few years ago, he went to the. I don't know if I should be saying that. Never mind. I'm saying he got invited to a very important Christmas party from someone. I don't know if that's public as to who it was, but
What, the thing with J.D. Vance? Yeah, he always talks about that.
no, it's talking about a previous person at that position, but the Christmas party thing.
He went to the thing where Vance, yeah.
No, it was Mike Pence.
Oh, the Pence thing. Yeah. Oh, no, he talks about that all the time.
Okay, so yeah, he is the ultimate.
Wait. Do you think that Henry Hinton would go somewhere like that and not talk about it publicly?
That's true.
You haven't learned anything.
I didn't know. Sometimes, there's certain things you can't say when it comes to your hanging out with government officials. I don't know. I don't be telling tales out of school, Patrick. I learned that is one thing I've learned well from you. Don't tell tales out of school, and you're good about that. You know where the line is.
I'm funny. It's funny you bring that up. How much stuff would you say? Well, you couldn't put an estimate on it. Just whether you agree with this statement. I probably do not say close to 80% of the stuff I know on the air when it comes to the topic at hand, ECU athletics. Would you think that's a pretty fair estimate?
Yeah, I would say so. But even not with that, just telling tales out of school about people and their personal life. Like, you're good about, like, hey, you know this story, and you tell the public part, and you know when to cut off and not tell the public part, even if it's not like inside pirate stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about there, but I'm just telling you, Pilkington, I'm not in the breaking news business because I don't care. But when I do break some news, you can cool damn take it to the bank.
That is true.
If I'm compelled to break news, I could break a lot, but I also don't care.
You're not one of those guys. You don't like the. You're not one of those guys doing it for the clicks. You don't do it for the clicks, PJ.
It's not going to make it doesn't change my bank account. It does nothing. It just adds to an already full plate is what it adds to. And today, on a day where, frankly, I'm sleep deprived and a little stuffy and ready to hit the hay early tonight after 5 days of going at it, I just don't have that kind of energy. So there you go. Speaking of energy, great crowd last night. Maybe not the biggest, but a really good opening night crowd. And an invested crowd. It sounded like they were. I had them sweeten the gnats in my ears on the headset for the broadcast because I like to hear the bounce of the ball and the ball hitting off the rim, et cetera, et cetera. I like all that.
That's part of the game.
The crowd was really into it last night. Really, really into it.
Like you said, not the biggest, but I thought the lower bowl looked really good, and then the upper bowl, the people that were there were probably the most into it out of anybody.
Enthusiastic. They were enthusiastic about the game. So, yeah, nice win. Look, are there things that need to be addressed and corrected and fixed? Sure. But you scored 92 points and shot poorly from three. And shot 48% from the floor. I think that's pretty good. I don't remember seeing the rebound numbers because I don't think that was really a factor in the game last night. I could be wrong, but
I think it was an even factor. I think both teams created more second chance opportunities than either coach would have allowed to have allowed. I think there were a few too many offensive rebounds on both sides. But it was pretty even in that category.
Boy, this is running slow today. Yeah, I'd like to see a box. Well, look that up, Pilk. Let me know what.
All right, I'll pull up stat broadcast.
Whoever's there, let them see. Have them do that because I would like to know the number. We'll talk about basketball. We have a lot to talk about. Why don't we do a top five? And we'll start with Pirate basketball.
This may very well be our last mission. Let's make it count.
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
It's impossible.
Now some stories you may have heard.
You ready?
Or catch it for the first time. This is your 5 at 5 with the P-Man.
Alrighty, Pirate basketball gets off to a good start last night. 92-89 victory over Georgia Southern. And Coach Schwartz, after the game, talked just kind of about the game as a whole, what he liked, what he didn't, and the Pirates season opener.
The honest truth is we want to play like that on offense regardless of what lineups we have in there. But you know what, Darren, we had to make some major adjustments based on the injuries. I mean, obviously we're without Trevi LeBeau today. Jay Woodard goes down, with significant amount of time left in the game. The way they play, 5 out, as we talked about prior to the game, and their speed. So we went to a 4-guard lineup, and I thought Gio and Reed and then Eli at the end were incredible handling that. The biggest thing, honestly, that we talked about in the locker room was guys having to play out of position and do things, out of position to execute late. Number 2 was executing defensively late, fouling up 3 and executing that. We had talked about that and worked on that just today in our film session. And lastly, we gave a number of offensive rebounds and free throws that we wanted to take. Unfortunately, I think, and I know we will make more than 26 of 41, but 41 free throws, and we wanted to, and getting 18 offensive rebounds with the lineups and the lack of depth. Really proud of the guys.
One other thing, Pilk. Did you get a towel?
No. I was there just a little late.
I got a towel. This looks really good. These Town Bank towels, and they're a motif of the new court. I love it.
Oh, they were nice. I just got there too late. We had little technical issues at the arena.
Oh boy, did we! And anyway, boy, how about the play of Reed Kaysen? What a luxury to dump it into Gio and let him go to work. What a great effort by Kaysen with the activity. With Deloria, I actually kind of liked. I don't know what I was imagining, but he moved better than I thought he might move. He's a little more athletic than I thought he might be for some reason.
Yeah, he's a little smaller than his brother and moves a little faster, I think, than his brother did.
He moves great, I think. And then, obviously, Perkovic, not Vic, Perkovic. That's interesting. I thought Eli moved better than I thought he would. And Perkovic, I thought, was maybe a little, I wouldn't say slow, but just more like a big man than I thought he would be. I thought he'd be kind of a, slenderish, but he can shoot it.
That wing three he hit was big there late in the first half.
Yeah, going into half. So, I think they've got a nice deal. They keep the guys healthy there. Obviously, we don't know what Trevion LeBeau's status is beyond that he was obviously in some kind of boot or apparatus and unavailable last night. I would suggest that he's probably out for an extended period. And then it did not look good with Shane Woodard, at least, kind of hyperextending his knee. And in the best of scenarios, he probably does not play the next 2 games. I don't know anything. That's just merely speculative. I hope that he's okay. Because I do think at the end it got a little hairy when it did not need to. The point guard stuff, I'm not as down on that as some of the...
And here's a 40-year-old, bearded, heavy guy down in someone's basement.
You know who you are. Trolling, complaining, doesn't care, They are... Once Calker realizes, okay, I'm just not going to be able to get by on quickness because there are guys just as quick or pretty quick out here and stronger and savvy. I thought Mbang was very, very savvy last night. 8 assists. Now he had 4 turnovers. You don't want that many, but that's 2-to-1 ratio. I'll take it. First game of the year. They won't be turning it over like that all season.
Hey, first game of the year, college basketball. Oh, yeah. I'll take it.
I'm a little concerned about guys getting to the rack and into the paint defensively. But that happens. That's college basketball this time of year. Everybody's getting into the paint. Did we ever find the rebounds? Did DeMarco ever actually do some work today?
He did. It was 18-14 in favor of the Pirates in offensive rebounds and 22-18 in favor of the Pirates in second chance points.
Okay. What about overall rebounding?
It was 44-37, East Carolina.
Okay, so that's a difference in the game, clearly. And the hustle, as you said, the 18 offensive rebounds, but they also gave up too many in 14. But those numbers will come down. This is all just game one stuff. It's a journey, people. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So I take a lot of positives from that. I mean, hell, you scored 92 points and didn't shoot the 3-ball well and make free throws. That's the other thing. Talk to
you missed
the coach
15.
Afterwards.
Yeah, you missed 15 free throws.
The coach said if they'd made their free throws, they'd have won by double figures. He's probably right.
They would have scored 100.
They would have scored over 100 if they made their free throws. And I'm not saying they would have made all the 15 misses, but if you make 10 of them, 2/3 of those misses, hell, half of those misses, you're knocking on the door of 99, 100 points. So I'm not. It'll be a coming together. Now, are they as quick and athletic as they were last year? No, but they have big guys that can, or at least as of last night, could get it done inside. If I love the hustle though from Reed Kaysen, I thought he was fantastic last night.
I think this is the best front court we've seen in East Carolina in a long time. And we don't have the star front court guy, but how many guys in the American really do? I mean, just the fact that those guys caught the ball and would confidently go towards the rack. Did they score every time? No, but they weren't fumbling the ball around, dribbling too much. And then there were plenty of times, too, where they caught the ball and they were the off-ball movement of them and the off-ball move of the other players allowed them to catch the ball and just go straight up with it. That was the best this team's worked the ball inside in a long time.
All right, let's see here. Pirates will play again on Saturday, 6 o'clock. You can hear that on 94.3 The Game. Is that correct, Pilk?
Yes.
94.3 the game only at 6 o'clock with a 5:30 airtime. Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
All right.
Number 2.
They'll be at Richmond, by the way.
They will, taking on the Spiders. All right, number 2. This one's just kind of an interesting one that in a debate I wanted to bring up with Patrick. Last night, Cal State Northridge beat Bethesda, not Bethesda, 103-13. The game was 72-0 at one point. I looked it up. This
was women's basketball.
Women's basketball. This team is not D1. They are not D2, not NAI, not JUCO. They are in the, I don't even have it up anymore. It's like the Christian College League.
Speaking of which, Rice played the ambassadors of Texas Bible.
Biblical study, yes. Biblical studies of Texas or something.
Yeah. Who are playing UTSA tonight, by the way.
Where does this end, PJ? Like, I have no problem with you playing, I guess, a legit D2 school, because I do understand. We talk about it with playing the FCS games. It helps you kind of get prepared, gets you used to the speed of live game action. But are you benefiting by being up 72-0 on some team? Like, what is the benefit to this?
My text is going nuts. Always anonymous text line. Has Philip never heard of Bethesda? I think he means Maryland.
Yeah, this is some school in California.
He's talking about something from California. Loyal listener. Well, look, what is the thing? What is the one of the most difficult things that you hear from people like John Gilbert, and probably, I bet if you talk to Mike Swartz candidly, he would say, are a problem, a hurdle, a challenge for them year in and year out? What would you say that is? Scheduling. So they probably, literally, Rice probably paid this crowd. If they paid him a couple grand, it would probably be on the high end. I don't know what they paid him. But that team did not have to do it overnight. They probably got in a van and drove over from the school. I don't know what the other thing you did not mention about this, what is it, Bethesda? They only had 5 players.
Yeah, half the team had the flu, so that I do get that's part of it. But still.
So to me, I would think then what needs to happen is you need to have some safeguards in place, roster limits. I mean, because that also, you're talking about the health of the opposition of the athletes. You don't want them to wind up, hurt because they're having to play 40 minutes in a totally meaningless, not winnable game. No, look, the guy at Campbell for years played D3s. My sister was a D3 ball player and played, I think, Winthrop or somebody one time, And I mean, that's a thrill for those athletes. When Elizabeth City State rolls into here on Thursday, it'll be a thrill for them because they get to play in a bit. And so, I mean, part of that is I see it from that perspective. But I also have been involved in enough lower division athletics. I understand it's cool to go do that. It also helps those programs because even though the paychecks aren't big, like they would be for college football, they're still meaningful to those institutions and are helpful to those institutions. So I have no qualms with that.
And I get it, but my point is, again, there's a difference in D2 and D3 in some team that's not even in the NCAA.
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But then you got
play in NAI schools.
What do you do with them?
Let them play the D2 and the D3. I mean, because at that point, I feel like it becomes embarrassing. And again, you're worried about the health of the athletes. And it just, now, like there was some D2 school, Hawaii Pacific, that did go to Boise the other night and beat Boise State. Yeah. But they're like a legit D2 team.
Well, then that should be on the individual administrator. You can't get the NCAA to do something like they're supposed to do with all of this, safeguards on the transferring, and you can't expect them to.
True, the NCAA can't comb their own hair, right?
Thank you for saying that. That it's a tough scheduling situation. That's all. And so you got to schedule who will play you, I guess. I wouldn't watch it. I'd hate to call it. That'd be awful.
3.
Number 3. Going to the links. Talk a little golf here in November. Live Golf has announced they will be going to a traditional 4-day, 72-hole event. However, I think they're still planning on doing the shotgun start, but we'll have 4 days as opposed to 3.
This is every event.
Yeah. All 18 of them.
I should have talked to Mull about this today. So that adds 18 more rounds total to the Live schedule.
I said that. It might be 20 events. I'm not 100%, but it is all their events.
I like the shotgun start.
I do sit at home. I wouldn't like it if I was there.
Yeah, no. But if you're going to a Live event, you're not maybe necessarily going to watch the golf pilk. You're kind of going for the party and the refreshments and the entertainment. And if you watch a couple holes, so good on you.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's probably not the same exact vibe as walking around at PGA Championship or something.
Right. So, does this come with a step towards world golf ranking points becoming part of this?
100%. This is going to take baby. At one point, and Roy McIlroy said it about a year and a half ago, the DP World Tour, Live, and PGA is going to be one deal.
Yeah. It's always interesting to hear the guys that are on talk about whenever the guys that do the PGA radio shows start hammering Live, that means something positive is about to happen to Live that will have an effect on the PGA Tour. And so if they get world ranking points for playing Live events, Katie, bar the door.
Oh, yeah. There might not be a PGA after that.
There might not be a PGA Tour after that. The PGA Tour, it will force them to do whatever. We need to get Mull on next week to talk about it.
444.
Was
Number
that
4? Sure. Yeah, it is. Number 4, college football playoff rankings came out last night. First ones. Won't run through them all, but a couple notable things. Ohio State 1, Indiana 2, Texas A&M, Alabama. That's your top 4. Highest ACC team was number 14. That is Virginia. Group of 5, not a single team ranked. First time since 2014. There's no team ranked in the G5.
Because somebody has to be undefeated at this point to be ranked. Memphis would get in, I guess, based on their projections or whatever. And that would get in at 12. And it may not even be Memphis. Could be USF. Could be somebody else. Did we ever
Could be the Pirates.
It could be the Pirates. We have not played that ridiculous cut from Neuheisel saying that the Pac-12 will annually represent.
Oh, no, we haven't. I didn't pull that yet. I'm sorry.
Represent the G5 in the football playoff. No, they won't, because they are the Mountain West currently, and nobody from the Mountain West is ranked. So, I mean, Neuheisel's, I get what he's going for there, but he also said that UCLA could upset Indiana a few weeks ago just because his little sonny boy is calling plays for the Bruins, which he's done a good job. And Notre Dame being in there with 2 losses is still, if you don't think this is made for TV fun, I got news for you.
5.
Sorry, I was trying to look. Where is Notre Dame in this? I'm just curious. Oh, 10. Yeah, they're at 10. Wow. All right, number 5, Piotr Kochetkov. In his return to the Canes last night, pitches a shutout, 3-0 win over the Rangers inside MSG. Good for him. Back. It's tough as a goalie. First game back in a while to come out and have a shutout.
Rangers aren't any good, though, are they?
The East all right now is very average.
Okay. But, hey, he came back, as you said, on the road, between the pipes, got a shutout. Life should be considered a great thing. They are still not my Carolina Hurricanes because they have lost far too many games. Maybe
all 4 of those losses.
Yes, if they get on a roll, who knows? I might jump back on the bandwagon. Or if they when they make the playoffs and they make a little run, I will do that as well. We got our Harrell Huddle next, Phil. Blake Harrell going to join us?
We do.
All right, Blake Harrell, head coach of the Pirates. It's our Harrell Huddle for Healthwise Pharmacy. And it is coming your way right after this on the Patrick Johnson Show.
The team of Flatlands Jessup is working overtime to help ensure that Eastern North Carolinians like you get the health insurance help you need this open enrollment period. New legislation passed, meaning more people than ever qualify for affordable coverage. Let us help you today.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Big tax credits are back. Get a 30% tax credit, up to $2,000 off your new Mitsubishi electric heat pump install. Let Comfort Master help you take advantage of the tax credits with a qualifying Mitsubishi electric ducted heat pump or non-ducted Mitsubishi electric mini splits. Mitsubishi electric mini splits are ideal for bonus rooms, garages, or sunrooms. If you need a new HVAC unit, call Comfort Master today.
Call Comfort Master. Call Comfort Master.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
In this age of globalization, we've learned that bigger isn't always better. Ever tried to get phone help from a big corporation from a real person? Right. That's what's so nice about Phelps Chevrolet. After more than 50 years serving our community, Phelps remains family-owned and operated. Mike, Daryl, Wave, West, Alan, and Clay deliver hometown service and integrity, same as always. They share your experience, they share your values, and they are ready to help with any motoring need. Come get you one.
Tired of the 1-800 numbers advertising Medicare products? Flatlands Jessup has 6 offices all throughout Eastern North Carolina. You get face-to-face help from our local award-winning licensed team. Stop by today. Flatlands Jessup, your whole world covered.
Beep, beep. Move over, Buttercup. We're back to the show.
We're back! And I love them!
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Pharmacy. I'm Patrick Johnson. Philip the Rep Pilkington is alongside, and we've got the head coach of the Pirates, Blake Harrell, with us as it is homecoming week in Greenville. ECU will host Charlotte. 3 o'clock kick from Dowdy Ficklin Stadium on Saturday. And Coach Harrell joins us here to talk about the Pirate victory at Temple and also look ahead and preview that game. Coach, Philip and I were just talking about it. You and I talked about it on the coaches show the other day, and that is, boy, East Carolina may have played their most complete game in several seasons. I know there's always going to be things that coaches say we got to improve upon, but I really like the way your team is trending. Let's just get a reaction from you out of what I think was a balanced attack and continuing to fly around the football.
Yeah, I think it's I'm already on to the next week, Patrick, and to me it's about consistency right now, and it's about can we be consistent 2 weeks in a row and playing like that, and that's the big thing I'm pushing for. It was good to see our football team go out there and after 16 days off, start fast, and even when Temple bounced back a little bit there, we didn't flinch, showed some resiliency there, and just kept going at it. And then way to go finish the game, the rest of the game. And in an environment that's not, you have to bring your own juice, you bring your own energy. That's not the best in the conference, but against a very good Temple football team who could easily have been undefeated in conference play and is much improved from a year ago.
Blake, with the way that you all have stayed committed to the run this year, I think the fruits of those labors are really starting to show, especially what you did against Temple.
Well, that's one thing we just talked about in practice just then is just everything we do in practice shows up on game day, and it showed up last week, and we got to make sure that we're putting our full efforts into it this week and ready to run the football again and take what's there. And I think Coach Baker and the offensive staff and offensive players are doing a great job of, taking what's there and then start educating, making good decisions on the RPO game to hand the ball off or pull it and throw the free access out there. And last week it happened to be the hand the ball off, and those running backs and O-line did their job. And even on the perimeter, we saw Anthony Smith take a big run to the house. But, what's most impressive on those plays is the perimeter blocking. Mason Brown, Javante Connor, DeCirio Riles, even T.J. Engelman and getting out there and blocking on the perimeter. So it's a complete team effort right now.
We're visiting here with Coach Harrell on our Harrell Huddle, brought to you by HealthWise Pharmacy. And Coach, you guys do get the one takeaway, first interception Evan Simon's thrown all year. There was an opportunity for a couple others, and I know in the heat of the moment, maybe that's a little disappointing. But when you look back on a football game and you say we won 45-14 and only took the ball away one time, do you feel like that makes it maybe more of a complete game, that you forced punts, that you actually drove down the field and not like the offense was just been given the ball on the 10-yard line?
No, I'm upset about those turnovers. We call it catati, and that stands for catch the ones thrown to you. So if you catch the ones thrown to you, you will win the turnover battle, and you'll probably lead the nation in picks. Actually, right now I got the DBs and the linebackers out there working on jugs, and they're catching tennis balls out of the tennis ball machine. So we got all that going. They're getting catches every day after practice this week, just to make sure we focus on that. I think Tegan could have easily had 2, Jordy could have had 2. And if you put all that together, that's 5 turnovers. Well, that makes a huge difference in ball games. And obviously in the game last week, that don't show up. That stat doesn't. But it certainly could this week and down the road for sure. So we got to make a bigger focus on that, of taking the ball away and getting it back to our offense.
Coach Blake Harrell with us here on our Harrell Huddle. One thing you did do, though, is you kind of set them behind the chains, and I know that was a big point of emphasis. Will have to be again this week if you can keep a team that has had some inconsistencies on offense like Charlotte off schedule. Doesn't give them any confidence, and that certainly increases the chances at a Pirate victory. But again, flying to the football, and really impressed with the way you guys were able to get behind the line of scrimmage and stymie their running game. How do you replicate that this week against Charlotte, Coach?
Yeah, I think key early down success on both sides of football is big, and that was a focus last week of just winning the first down defensively, putting them in second and long and third and long, and there'll be a emphasis this week. And on the other side of the ball, it's the same thing for our offense. We want to start out with a game, make it 2nd and 5, 2nd and short, and give all our full playbook there. When you get in second and long, you kind of shrink your playbook a little bit, put the offense in some bind. So obviously, offensively, we want to stay on pace, and defensively, we want to keep them off pace, and that needs to be the same mindset this week. And just looking at the early down success of both football teams analytically, that plays in our favor, but that don't mean anything. I think you can throw out all stats, all analytics, all previous records up until this point. Whatever you did last Saturday don't matter for this Saturday. It's only what you do this week and what you prepare for and how you go about your business this week, and you got to put it on the field this week. So that's been our big focus, and playing the game the way we want to play. And defensively, that's stopping the run, making sure we play some tight deny coverage so don't have easy access throws out there. They have to hand the ball off, and then we get some good penetration up front, and we stack the box, and we're able to get the guys on the ground and put them in second and long.
Coach, moving over to your offensive side of the ball and looking ahead to this week, North Texas there for about 2.5 quarters against them, which was, it's going to have been 15 days that they will have had off since they faced North Texas. But I wouldn't say that it was bad, but it just wasn't as successful as North Texas could be. And then a switch flipped, there about midway through the third quarter, and the young man ends up throwing for a conference record in yards. What do you feel like North Texas did successfully there down the stretch against Charlotte that you guys can maybe build off of?
Yeah, I mean, it should have been, 17-17 at the half or going right before the half. And Charlotte actually has a lead and hit some big plays on them. And North Texas just couldn't get over the top. I think they dropped a big ball down the field that they couldn't get going. You just made some mistakes, took a few sacks, things like that. So it's a game that I think in the second half just gets away from Charlotte. And you're looking at Charlotte has 15 days off in between games. Really very, very, very similar offenses in North Texas and our offense, and kind of very similar styles of how we attack things. But in the first half, I didn't think North Texas did a great job executing. That's credit to Charlotte and their defense. I think they had a turnover in the red zone, and Charlotte had a pick down there. And then the second half, I think just kind of the big plays kind of got on Charlotte's back. But I'm sure they'll get those fixed, and they'll be ready for the offensive mindset that we have and approach, and definitely have the time to prepare for it.
You know, Coach, this week is Letter Winners Week. It's Hall of Fame week. It's all that. And I know your players can't be worried about it, and you guys as a staff can't be worried about it, but that does increase the attendance usually because there are so many people coming back, and this is the first Saturday game you guys will have had since September the 25th, played inside Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. So how much is it going to mean just to see some of those former Pirate letter winners, and are any of the Hall of Fame guys going to get to address the team before the game, or is that anything you're even allowed to mention publicly? I don't know if you are, so sorry if I'm asking out of turn.
You know, I said this the other day. It's our Dowdy-Ficklin, our house, our homecoming, our letter winners weekend, our Hall of Fame inductees weekend, and we need to make it our game and bring our energy. And that's where our focus is, on how we're going to win the game and do those things. But just from a appreciation standpoint, just to all the letter winners out there and the Hall of Fame inductees, thank you to those men who helped make this place a place where football matters and football is important, and just make it so meaningful to Pirate Nation and to our fans. And really excited to have Shane Carden and Justin Hardy and Dwayne Harris as our inductees. I've been texting with them all week this week, and just hoping to get them to stop by practice and just get a chance to say maybe a word or two. And our guys just get a chance to see those guys of former Pirates who laid it all on the line inside Dowdy-Ficklin, just like they're going to do this Saturday.
Those guys are going rightfully into the Hall of Fame, and kudos to athletics for putting multiple football players in. Seemed like we were on a kind of a drip and drab with players from football glory past for ECU. So great to put them in, and the other athletes. Congratulations to them. Terry Holland going into is a big thing as well.
No doubt.
He really did a lot to move ECU athletics forward into the era before this modern era as we speak with Blake Harrell here. It is our Harrell Huddle. Coach, I do want to also make mention of a couple other things. There could be some Pirates from the recent past maybe in the house who maybe ply their trade now on Sundays. And, a call out to the fans. The next 2 weeks, as far as game times, 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock for mid-November, very ideal, great tailgating weather. It's going to be a wonderful environment. So I know you've been really thankful for what the fans have done this year, particularly what the students have done. And let's hope that everybody will show out on what's shaping up to be a pretty good weather day, it looks like, on Saturday. So give you a chance here to all call out to Pirate Nation.
And there's no question. They will show up and show out, and we can't wait to be with them in Dowdy and feel that energy. And they've done that all year long. And even on the Thursday nights, I thought it was pretty good for what they were. But now we get a chance to play some Saturday football and a game that's during the day, which will be pretty exciting for the first time all year in Dowdy. And, 3 o'clock gives you plenty of time to tailgate and get juiced up for the game and bring that juice and get on in there and let's let it ride. So we're fired up for that. And as you mentioned, I think, a couple of Cowboys may be here. Julius Wood and Siobhan Rebel may get some time off this weekend and be able to pop by, along with Quan McMillan. I think he's going to have a chance to pop by as well. So that just tells you how proud of this place they are, how much it means to them. And I think on the baseball end, you may have a surprise there as well, too. So I think all those things combined just tells you how special ECU, East Carolina, and Greenville is to the young men that give their hearts and hard work to this thing and pour it out. And we're going to try to do that again this Saturday for Pirate Nation.
Coach, it's always great to talk to you here as we go for Homecoming 25 and the cross-state rival Charlotte coming in. What will be some points of emphasis the rest of the week and heading into the game?
It's about our preparation, and I know I say that every single week, but it is. It's about how we go about our business. And just told the guys today, like, hey, down there, the green team may be thinking you're the same ECU. They're not worried about what you did last weekend. They're more worried about how the game went last year. And that's really our motivation the last 2 years. And we got to do a better job of focusing on us, how we prepare, make sure we're intense about it, make sure we're urgent about it, and we approach all those things with the fine details. And come Saturday, we're ready to go ride when that ball's put down. And when that whistle blows and kicks off, we're ready to turn it loose.
Hey, Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck against Charlotte.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. You have a good one.
A timeout, and when we come back, we will welcome Clay Medlin, champion volleyball coach.
Is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human. About creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
At Parker's Barbecue, our family has been serving your family for 3 generations.
For that, we say thank you.
Blessing families every Thursday. Kids eat free all day. That's the Parker's way.
Legendary food served from our 3 locations. Always quick, always delicious. That's the Parker's way.
At Parker's, our mission is to impact our customers through Christ-like service in a way that feeds them both physically and spiritually. That is the Parker's way.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
Storm season is approaching. North Carolina weather can damage your roof, and before long, a small leak can turn into a big problem. Your home is one of your biggest investments, so protect it with Wells Home Improvements.
We work with all insurance companies for a hassle-free roof installation experience. Call us today and get 10% off your roof installation when you mention this commercial.
252-227-8403 or visit us online at wellshomeimprovements.com. Wells Home Improvements. Local, honest, dependable.
And now, the stunning conclusion.
Why is everyone screaming?
On 94.3 The Game.
All right, welcome back. It is the Patrick Johnson Show. Nice to have you with us here this afternoon. We've got Clay Medlin with us here, Director of Athletics at Rose. And he, of course, was the head coach for the Rose volleyball team that won the 6A state championship in a reverse sweep fashion, 3-2 over Watauga in Raleigh over the weekend. A reminder, too, that we will have Rose football for you on Friday. Myself and Walt Pollard will be broadcasting the game, the first round of the playoffs at the 6A East bracket, and the Rampants will be hosting Triton, and we will have that for you coming up here on 94.3 The Game on Friday night. Is that a 7 or a 7:30? Are we into the point still where the state mandates a 7:30 kickoff, Clay, for the playoffs?
No, it's a 7 o'clock kickoff. They kind of give us the autonomy now to choose what we want.
That's good, that's good to know. All right. Well, hey, congratulations! What a win for Rose volleyball and their first ever state championship. in really unbelievable fashion. It was quite a game.
It was. It was a great run, great 2-week run for our girls. Last Tuesday when we won the Eastern Finals, it was exciting at home. Had a huge crowd, and the crowd traveled with us on Saturday to Reynolds, and in exciting fashion, we had to lose the first 2, of course, and to come back and win the next 3. But it was a great day for the girls overall.
What was the mood of the team like when you all were down 2 sets because you fell behind in both of those sets? Pretty hard-fought battles, but you're 0-2, and you're a set away from the season being over.
Yeah, so, it was really, I don't want to say funny because it was not funny at the time, but oddly enough, we lose the second set, we get in the huddle, and, in my mind, I'm panicking. I'm sitting here thinking, I just hope to win a set and not get swept here in the state championship. And our girls were just as cool as can be and said, guys, we're not playing good. What's wrong with us? And they kind of talked amongst themselves and said, we really feel like we're better than them, but we're missing serves. We're not playing. We're not in our defensive spots. And, we just kind of talked it out and said, guys, let's just play as clean as we can and let's see what happens. And sure enough, we played really well in the third set and got a win. And after the third set, you saw our girls just light up. It's like, all right, we're good now. It's like the weight had been lifted off. We're good. And sure enough, we come out and play really good in the fourth set. And in the fifth set, we just kind of ran away with it. And, one of the big things, we looked at the stats after the game. We had 12 missed serves in the first 2 sets. Yeah. And we only had 8 in the last 3. And, you lose the first 2 sets by 2 points each with 12, service errors. All of a sudden you've given them 12 points and you lose by a combined 4. And there's, that math doesn't add up. So, we only had 8 in the last 3 sets. Defensively, we played a lot better. We made some adjustments on their big outside hitter who was really, really talented. And I think when we dug a couple of her balls, they kind of got frustrated on their end, and we were able to capitalize.
We're talking to Clay Medlin, Director of Athletics at Rose and state champion volleyball coach with the Rampants as they win in reverse sweep fashion, 3-2 over Watauga for a 6A state championship this past Saturday at Reynolds Coliseum. It was an interesting observation from Juliana Askew, who played at East Carolina, among other places in her collegiate career, and she was talking about the proclivity of beach volleyball talent that comes out of the Rose program. And I know there's a local beach, kind of pipeline. Girls have really taken to that and do play a lot of beach volleyball out of Pitt County. But yeah. Claire Evans, who had a double-double and 26 kills for you in the match, for example, is headed to TCU to play sand, as they say. So, to me, I think that obviously helps with the indoor game, especially at the high school level, because it makes you a better, more well-rounded player. You've been at this a while at Rose. Has that ever been anything that you've asked anybody about that's kind of in that space of, how are all these girls who would be, I'm sure, able to make about any indoor team in the country, that despite, having all this indoor success, a lot of the individual athletes are commits to play beach somewhere.
Yeah, beach has really, really come on hard in the last, handful of years. I'll say the last 7 or 8 years. And there's a much bigger presence here in Greenville than there was back then. And obviously it's growing around the country. But, the girls that we've had numerous girls go on to play Division I, Division II beach volleyball. We've got 2 on our team this year with Claire Evans and Mia Kendrick, Mia's going to South Carolina. And, they were arguably 2 of our best hitters, on the team this year. And, it's a difference. I've learned a little bit. There's a difference in beach and court, sure. But all in all, it's still volleyball. So when they're playing beach all spring and they're playing beach all summer, but when they come back to us in July and August, they're still in really good volleyball shape. So it's there's some kinks and some quirks that you got to work out that are different between beach and court, but. After, it's almost like riding a bike to these girls because they have played court all their life as well. So, they got to get the beach habits out of them and get back to the court habits. But it's funny, as soon as we got done on Saturday, I think a couple of our girls went straight back to the beach this coming week. So it's their bodies are certainly in shape because they're doing stuff that I can't do. And running on the sand with a 2-man team is a whole lot different than running on the court with a 6-person team. But it's both of those girls were really, really elite players for us this year, and they helped carry us throughout the entire season.
Well, it's all volleyball all the time for a lot of those young ladies. When you looked at last year and the team losing to in the finals of 3A and virtually everybody back from that team, how much of this was when you all did get together in July and August, we have a pretty clear mission statement, we're going to execute it?
That was the goal, Patrick, literally the entire season, and obviously it was a weird off season with us not having a coach full time, and so athletic directors and coaches are emailing me trying to schedule volleyball games. And in the world of RPI, everybody's looking to play good competition. So I'm building a schedule, and we built about as tough a schedule as we could play. We had 5 losses this year, and all 5 were to teams either in the state championships in their divisions or that won the state championship in their division. So, we had a stretch in the middle of the season where we had 6 of our 7 matches went 5 sets. And we're all pulling our hair out, and, it's like late August, early September, and we're all saying, oh, my God, this is the most stressful season. But every single night at the end of the year, or at the end of the game, we said, girls, all this is going to do is prepare us more for late October or possibly early November where we want to be. And so, obviously you want to win every game that you play, and you never overlook an opponent, but our goal the entire year was we want to be playing on the last day of the season, and sure enough, we were. And when we got to Watauga there at the end, who was a very, very good team, we felt like in the huddle and having watched them on some film that they were, they were very good, but we thought that they were just kind of another team that we had played this year. We had played Green Level, and we had played Conley multiple times, and we had played Chapel Hill, and we had played Aiden Grifton. We had played some really, really good teams, and we said, well, look, this isn't going to be anything different than what we faced, so let's go out here and we're not going to be intimidated. We've been on this stage before in Reynolds Coliseum, and crowds were great on both sides, and our girls didn't get they didn't get overwhelmed, and they just they played. We played really well in all 5 sets. We didn't win the first 2, but we were able to win the last 3.
Another state championship for Rose Athletics, a great victory, the 6A volleyball championships. Hey, Clay, congratulations to you and JHR, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Friday night.
Sounds good. Thank you, Patrick.
Great to have Clay Medlin with us. Congrats to him, the coaches, and all of the young ladies. What an exciting state championship for Rose volleyball in what is a great volleyball town. All right, tomorrow we will be preempted, but back on Friday. Get you ready for the weekend homecoming, ECU and Charlotte, Irish basketball over the weekend, and of course the high school football playoffs. All of that will be coming your way 5 o'clock Friday, fresh edition of the Patrick Johnson Show. All right, have a great rest of your evening.